about the process and how it was communicated to you that you would be calling the plays going forward?
Yeah. So Dave, a couple weeks after the season, we always do our recap. We go through with all the coaches and sit down and evaluate our processes, evaluate the roles that everybody has and what's best for us going forward. And he felt like this was the right time to do it. And just very fortunate to have a guy that believes in me. And for us, like, the benefit is it's not a big, it seems like a big change, but it really isn't, because I've been along, side of him the whole step of the way of his growth and being an offensive coordinator from Tampa to here. And that part's been fun. Pinging ideas off each other, learning from his experiences. So when he brought that up to me, I'm honored, I'm flattered, and it's obviously, from a personal standpoint, it's something that I've always wanted to do as well. But I also recognize that it was hard for him. Like, it was something that he gave up. He enjoyed it too. And I know he enjoyed it because I was right there in his hip watching him enjoy every minute of it. So just I have a lot of gratitude for him. I know I'm kind of going off and giving the full spiel, but just a lot of gratitude for him and trusting in me, continuing to invest in me. And we both believe this is the right thing going forward to propel our offense forward, and for him to focus on the full team, and I'm excited to watch all that unfold.
You did get to call the plays once in a preseason game. I know it's a little different, but what did you learn from that experience? Like, what were your major takeaways afterwards? Like, okay, fix this before next time.
So the last couple of years, multiple preseason games, the 40-second clock is real. That thing goes fast, and once you put a personnel out, me and Darryl Bevel were laughing about it today, once you put the personnel out there, there's no time to pull it back and put a new one out. So you got to stick to your guns. You got to be a play ahead. That's another thing that I kind of talk with, like, the experience I've had being alongside Dave is he's always challenged me to, I need you to view the game on game day like a coordinator. I need you to be there for me, so we're operating a couple plays ahead. While everybody else might be working with substitutions or the current result, I need to have somebody there alongside me. So that fed into me getting that to flip the roles, I guess, if you will, in the preseason and getting to call it. But he was always alongside there. It was really just the same conversations. It's just who's pressing the button and giving the play to the quarterback.
Brad, how could this help Bryce?
Yeah, I think it's just the constant, like, I'm there. I'm there in the meeting rooms. Dave, when you're the head coach, you get pulled away for you guys. You get pulled away for a bunch of different things that you have to do as the head coach. But just being in tune and in touch with all those small moments that happen throughout the day, I'm there for him. And we've had a great dialogue throughout the seasons as they go, and then throughout this offseason, really his evaluation of it all, and just continuing to invest in that relationship. I'm really looking forward to that, and just looking forward to, just being there for him and hearing all those things and getting it applied as fast as possible to what we're trying to accomplish.
What was his reaction when you told him, or maybe he'd already been told?
Yeah, I think they had probably previewed it, but I just talked to him, I guess, an hour ago or so, and he was excited. I told him how jealous I was that he was in California right now, and couldn't wait to link back up. But we've been touching base every now and again, just about off-season program, getting in touch with guys, and for this, he's excited for the opportunity. Just like it's honestly us growing as an offense, us growing as a team. It's fun to feel the joy that our guys and that play between the white lines have for each other, how our coaches support each other, and Bryce is no exception to that. He really he supports my journey just like I support his.
Do you anticipate staying on the field, or do you think you want to call from the box?
Yeah, I think those are conversations you get to have, like, as the offseason unfolds. I love being on the field for the same thing I was just mentioning, just feeling out those little moments of communication that might not always get through the headset. So I do love having the pulse of the team. What are guys feeling? You can only get so much of that from the box. And then having trusted guys around me that, the eyes in the sky with Mike Bercovici and Keyshawn Coleman this past year, doing a great job of telling us what they're seeing from up there. But I also know a lot of guys do it from up there, and it's a nice removed environment to see the full picture. So maybe something that we could address and try out some different things in scrimmages and preseason play. But I do say I prefer to have the pulse of the team on the sideline.
Brad, Dave said that when he got his first play calling job in Tampa Bay, he essentially pitched Todd Bowles and said, "This is as ready as I'm ever going to be," without having called plays in a real NFL game. Is that kind of how you feel? That I'm as ready as I can be at this point?
Absolutely, and I think that goes right back to Dave gets hired in Tampa. I'm right there. He's challenging me to think about your next role as well. I was excited to be a first-time position coach when I moved to Tampa, and he said, I need more out of you. I need you to think like I do so I can have a good sounding board. And over the last 3 years, we've continued to build this offense, and we've had joint experiences through his journey as a play caller that I think I'm able to go ahead and put that in my briefcase and bring it to work every day. And now you just get to apply all those lessons learned. So yeah, I do think I'm ready to go. I know I'm ready to go. I've done it, and I'm really excited to apply.
What's your dad meant in your journey?
Oh, I mean, it goes without saying. I saw him just earlier today. My dad's a big piece. I think everyone would say their family is a big piece in their upbringing and what they believe in, but also just the football. Just showing me the ropes, introducing me to the game. My grandfather as well coached. So just being around here, talk about being ready. Like, I grew up in it. I was literally born a bye-week baby at Duke University when my dad was a GA. And there's late nights in high school throwing routes with my dad after he's done with work. There's just all that experience kind of culminates for me, and now I get to carve my own journey, and I get to share that with him. That's really special to me to have him. He's standing right over there. So to have him there in big moments, where I get opportunities like this, when I get to go back to Tampa and go to my hometown and coach in front of him, and he gets to watch me get my first coordinator job, that's really special to me.
So you held on to this? He didn't know prior to finding out today?
I hinted at it this morning. I said, hey, just make yourself available this afternoon. But I'm trying to be as respectful and tight-lipped as possible.
Just as a follow-up, I mean, understanding that you and Dave, you've been the offensive coordinator, but now this is officially going to be your offense. Do you tinker with the playbook at all, or do you leave it as is?
We have a great system of terminology that we've really sifted through the last couple of years, me and Dave, and really our whole staff. I got a couple guys back home right now shooting me texts all day about our general section, some of the verbiage, things that we can tighten up. So we have a great support staff of things that we've problem shot a lot of things, and I feel like we're in a really good spot there. As far as the offense itself, it grows every year. So every single year we're trying to apply the offense to who Bryce is, to our O-line, to our skill players, and this is a big piece of it. Being here at the Combine is finding out, okay, what are the other pieces that we're able to add to the puzzle in the draft, and hopefully Dan's able to get us some offensive players. I'm going to fight E for all those offensive slots, so we can go ahead and expand our playbook a little bit more. But I think every year it looks a little bit different. The terminology and all that will be the same, because we have a great foundation to work from, and our quarterback is confident in that. But the offense itself will grow as the team grows.
Dave talked about how holistically this will help him sort of look at the team as a whole. How tough was it on him to have to call plays, have to deal with the referee, have to sort of deal with everything that comes with being a head coach as well? Yeah,
it's a lot, and I just witnessed secondhand. He's got to have the challenge flag, one hand on the challenge flag, one hand on the microphone for Bryce, and then another hand on the call sheet, and then he's got to get the pertinent information from his coaches on both sides of the ball. That's where the last couple of years I've tried to be a good sifter for him of information, of just giving him what he needs from the offensive side, so he can have a clear mind and operate with speed. And again, that 40-second clock is quick, so giving him at the right time, the right piece of information that helps him get the play call in. It's a lot though, and I have a lot of respect for the guys that do it in the head chair. There's a number of them in the league, and I know that there's some sacrifice. Maybe it's sleep, maybe it's time with kids, maybe whatever it is that they make to be able to do that. But Dave's done it gracefully, and I was proud to be alongside of him to try to do what I could to just help him on the offensive side, keep the information tight.
There's 32 play callers in the NFL in the world, right? I mean, you're being very professional right now. Is it exciting? Has it hit you? Like, are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm allowed to be excited about this. This is for me. Like, again, you get into coaching and think everyone's like, oh, I want to be a head coach. So, well, one foot in front of the other. Like, my next step was to get a chance to call plays, and building something and watching it unfold and being a part of how it unfolds is just the next step for me. And personally just really excited to be a part, even more a part of that process of just watching it unfold on game day, getting my hands dirty with it, getting as close as you can to being a player without being one. And I'm excited to do it with the staff we have. Goes without saying, the support staff that we have in Carolina, the guys, some of them are back home, some of them are here, and the players, the humility they all operate with, it truly is, like, it's not just a personal accomplishment for me, but it's just another step forward on how we're going to operate going forward and making this thing even better.
But honestly, didn't you think honestly that you were going to have to go somewhere else to play calls, knowing how much Dave loved it? Didn't you think one day you'd have to go somewhere else?
There's a big piece of loyalty with me and Dave. He's invested in me when others didn't believe in me. I think I've said that probably when I first got the job here. That's a guy who, when he helped bring me in as a QC. He stood on the table for me, for Brian Schottenheimer when I got my first NFL interview. He's been there for me in personal circumstances, and he brought one guy with him to Tampa, and that was me. He immediately brought me with him to Carolina as a guy he had to have. So that's a heavy piece of loyalty that I have for Dave. It was going to take a lot to have me ever consider anything else, but I'm just so proud of what we've built so far, the trajectory we're on, and I want to be a part of seeing that through.
Was there a particular moment that you had where you knew you were ready to take on this responsibility?
I wouldn't say a particular moment. I think it was Buffalo the first year. I got the call, I believe, the second half of that Buffalo game, and Jalen Coker was out there, with some of the younger guys. So that's makes it a little bit easier. Started throwing some go balls, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. I wouldn't say that meant I was ready, but just getting the experience and having somebody, just talking about Dave, who believes in me, push that experience on me, maybe even before I was ready when I was in Tampa, giving me a chance to, hey, this is what it's like. These are the things I'm going through. Let me get in his head as he's going through these things, so I can go ahead and put that in my pocket and carry it with me. So I don't put one moment on it. It's really these last 3 years when I've transitioned from being support staff, QC, yes sir, what can I do, how can I help, to, hey, I need you to think bigger picture. So that's really been the last 3 years.
Brad, what's the play calling, the game planning process going to look like involving you, assuming Bevel at some level, and maybe Dave still having a hand in it?
Yeah, it'll be very similar. I think all of our coaches would acknowledge that this is our process is not a closed door operation where it's projected onto our staff. I ask all of our staff to get their hands dirty in it. They all have areas in which they're the focal person for, which information gets sifted through. So I see it being very similar. And then adding Darrell Bevel to the mix, just really the last couple weeks, get to know him, get to ping ideas off of him, and having his experience in the room is going to be so useful for everyone. And that's what I told him. I was like, I don't want him to hesitate on imparting his knowledge and his experience for all of our guys, not just me. We're all going to get better with having that guy in the room. And if Dave trusts him, I'm finding out very quickly who the human is, then he's going to fit right in with our guys.
How have you been preparing for this since being notified? Have you done simulations?
A lot of Madden. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's really, honestly, it's just prayer and just being thankful that God's afforded me with these opportunities and to surround me with these good people. And that's the truth. I have a loving wife at home, Emily, and I have great friends, get bombarded with texts before I even know it's announced. And that guy right over there, my father, my mother, they just make it hey, you deserve this. And they make it real. When you talk to the people that you really care about and they're happy for you in a genuine way, that makes it real for you.